Hi, I'm Crystal Gilbert, and I'm going to walk you through a full aroma freedom technique session. So you can utilize this whenever you need to. Now, I may go a little bit faster than I normally would in a one-on-one coaching session, but you can stop this at any point and take as long as you need to before you move to the next step. So let's get started. So first, you're going to want to go ahead and have your essential oils ready. That way you don't have to get interrupted during the process. So grab lavender, frankincense, and stress away, your Young Living essential oils, and go ahead and have them right next to you. And you're going to want inner child, release, if you have those, and also believe or transformation. You can also substitute believer transformation for some of your favorite grounding or uplifting or power oils, as I call them. So like valor, harmony, anything that you are really drawn to. So the aroma freedom technique is a step-by-step process for identifying and releasing negative thoughts, feelings, and memories that interfere with our goals, with reaching our goals and dreams. AFT, for short, is meant to be used as a way to set a person's emotional energy flowing in a positive direction towards growth and expansion rather than contracting in fear, doubt, and paralysis, or staying stuck. It uses Young Living essential oils to trigger a permanent shift in how we view ourselves and the world. So I want to clearly state that I'm not a therapist or counselor, but I'm going to walk you through this process because it is non-medical and I don't need to be a therapist or counselor, which is so great. So there's also no need when you're going through this to get hung up or even talk about or share your memories. You can keep everything to yourself. And if you were in a one-on-one coaching session, you wouldn't have to share anything that came up that you didn't feel comfortable with. AFT is more effective when you stay in an internal space. So keep that in mind as well. That's, again, an emphasis on why this is not like a typical therapy or counseling session. It's very internalized with limited talking. So when I ask a question, I want you to just go with the first thing that pops into your mind. Do not overthink it. This is not about logic right now. It's getting into that emotional state and learning to listen to our bodies, not our minds, okay? So step one is to think of a goal or something in your life that you would really like to achieve, but you're not sure how it can happen. So it can be business, personal, relationship, or wellness goal. It could be a specific goal, such as exercising more, or a broader goal, such as how you want to feel about yourself or your life. So take a little time here, and this is typically the step that takes longer, and one of the benefits to one-on-one coaching. So if you're struggling with this, don't worry about it. It's okay. Just do the best you can. Focus on where you want to go, not on where you've been, not on how things have gone, but on where you actually want to go. And when you're ready, move to the next part. So for round one, you're going to rate how possible or true this goal feels right now. On a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being totally hopeless and 10 being totally confident. So go ahead and take note of that. Notice what the inner voice or the negative voice is saying that tells you it's not possible. Or is there an inner resistance coming up that's telling you your goal is not possible? Step 3, how do you feel when you hear this voice? What is that one word feeling? Where do you feel it in your body? And this can be, feeling like you're going to itch all over, feeling like you're going to sneeze, slumped posture. You can feel literal pain in different parts of your body, or a twitch, a clenched jaw, any shifting. Just really start listening to your body. Pay attention. and it's going to tell you, it's going to show up. So next, close your eyes and drift back to an earlier time when you felt the same way. When you felt that emotion in that same part of your body. Now, drift back to an earlier time when you felt that way. And when you do, understand it could be recently, just 5 minutes ago, or it could be back in your childhood. Just go with the very first memory that comes to your mind, no matter what it is, even if you have no idea why that memory is appearing. And it could come up as a snapshot or like a series of movies, like a series of memories, kind of like a montage. So just take a little time with that. Remember, you're going internal. Don't think logically right now. And when you have that, move on to the next step. So the next step is to close your eyes and connect with the feeling of the emotion and where it's at in your body. And take one drop of your memory release blend or the lavender, frankincense, and stress away. And drop it onto your palm. Rub it in. And breathe into that whole memory. So that would be the feeling, where you feel it in your body and the memory attached to it. Continue breathing in with your hands cupped over your nose and mouth. Inhaling deeply with your eyes closed, exhaling. Breathing into that emotion. And breathing the oil into that place in your body where you feel that emotion. And breathing those oils into the memory or memories that come up. Feel free to pause here and take as long as you need to. And then when you're ready, move forward. Notice what happens to the memory or the image. It may fade, break apart, or get further away. And if that feeling intensifies, just let it wash through you. Feelings are like waves, and no wave lasts forever. Notice what happens in your body. When you feel like something has shifted and it has gone as far as it is going to go at this point, you can lower your hands, but just take your time. And again, you can take as long as you need to right here. So that completes round one. Now for round two, you're going to go back to your original goal and state it out loud. How possible or true does that goal feel right now on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being totally hopeless and 10 being totally confident? And understanding too that this is in no way a rating scale as in good or bad. It's only an assessment right now to see exactly where you're at and what's going on in this process, okay? So make sure you're totally honest with where you feel you're at right now. No one's judging you for your number. Now, as you say that out loud again, notice the inner voice or the negative voice, that inner resistance that tells you it's not possible. And notice how you feel when you hear that voice telling you it's not possible. What is that one word feeling? Sad, angry, frustrated, overwhelmed, etc. Where do you feel that emotion in your body? Now you're going to close your eyes and Again, drift back to an earlier time when you felt the same way with that emotion in that part of your body. And could be recent or long ago. And again, make sure to go with the very first memory that comes to your mind. Even if it's a song that comes up, a color, it can be anything. Just go with it, even if you have no idea how that correlates. Remembering it could be a snapshot or a series of memories like the movie montage. And just move forward when you have that. So now you're going to grab your bottle of inner release, or I'm sorry, inner child, and take one drop. Same thing, drop it on your palm, rub it together, and close your eyes. Connect with the feeling in your body. Connect with that whole feeling and breathe into the memory. Breathing into the feeling. Breathing into that feeling in your body, where you feel it, how it's coming across. And then breathing into every component of that memory. Treating it almost as if you were a third party in there. Allow yourself to go in and explore as much as you feel you need to. Taking as long as you need to here. Noticing what happens to the memory or the image, whether it's fading, breaking apart, or getting further away, or just diminishing in intensity. And if the feeling does intensify, allow it to wash through you. This is really, really good and important right now. Allow it to come up and out, fully out to release. And understanding that feelings are like waves and no wave lasts forever. Allow everything that's going on to come up and out. And as you do, notice what happens in your body. When you feel like something has shifted and has gone as far as it can possibly go at this point, you can lower your hands and move forward to the next step. And that completes round 2. Now, it's also important to note at this stage if there were any new mindsets or beliefs that are emerging. Was there anything that also released from you? And make sure to take note of that. So next, you're going to go back to your original goal and state it out loud again. Now, rating again how possible it feels for you now on that scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being totally hopeless, there's no way, or 10 being you're totally confident, you're there, it's happening, like you're right there now. And notice what that inner voice or the negative thought is telling you right now. And notice how you feel when you hear that voice. And name that one word feeling. Now, where do you feel it in your body? Now you're going to close your eyes and drift back to an earlier time when you felt that same emotion in that same part of your body. And it can be very recent or a very long time ago. And go with whatever comes up first, no matter what it is. And move forward when you have that. Next, you're going to grab your release essential oil blend. And just put one drop on your palm, rub it together, close your eyes, connect with the feeling and where you feel it in your body, and breathe into that memory. Continuing to keep your hands cupped over your nose and mouth for the duration. And you're breathing those oils into that feeling as far as it can possibly go right now. Breathing deeply into where you feel that feeling in your body as far as it can go right now. Allowing yourself to breathe into that memory fully, exploring every bit of it, knowing that you're safe, you're in a safe place. And whatever feeling comes up, just allow it to wash through you. It's coming up. It's what was repressed and buried for so long is now coming up and out. Allow it to flow fully out of you. Allow it to be released because it no longer serves you. Understanding that the feelings are just like waves and no wave lasts forever. And noticing what happens in your body. And then when you feel something has shifted and gone as far as it can possibly go at this point, you can lower your hands and move forward to the next step. Now, notice any new mindsets or beliefs that are emerging. And you can take some time to pause and jot down everything that has come up for you. And it's very good to go back and look at this whole process and all those different things that come up. It may very well be where you need more aroma freedom technique sessions on these individual components that come up. So next, when you're done noticing everything, you're going to go ahead and state your original goal out loud again. And rate again how possible it feels for you now on that scale of 0 to 10, with 0 feeling totally hopeless and 10 you're totally confident. So when you're at an 8 or higher, when you feel like there's no negativity holding you back, really, you're ready to go forward, you're unstuck, you feel totally confident no matter where you're at, you can proceed to step 10. So it's when you feel like no matter what number it's at, you can just go forward. That whole block has been removed, or most of it. You can at least move forward. Then you're ready to proceed to the final part. Now, I want to make sure you understand too that in this situation with the scale, the assessment, the rating scale, that if it starts to slide down, or maybe it has gone up in a few rounds and then went back down, or it stayed at one spot, there could be a few reasons for that. One, maybe you're not hitting that goal or that emotion right on point, and that's where a one-on-one session would be really good. Perhaps, and this is very common, you could have tapped into a core issue, a core memory, and that is something with a whole lot of stuff attached to it that needs to go and have the memory resolution technique done to help properly attack it head on and clear it out by the root. So then you would definitely want to contact me for a one-on-one session, and we can do a TMRT to get that stuff out of you really quickly, okay? So it doesn't mean you're failing at this. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. Those are just some of the different things that can come up. So if you're good to go, if you are at an 8 or higher, or you feel totally confident in moving forward, you're good with your goal, or you don't hear a negative voice anymore, there's no inner resistance, then let's move forward, okay? So now it's time to take this new attitude or mindset that you have discovered and put it in the form of an affirmation. An affirmation is simply a positive present tense statement that expresses your new belief. It may be the same as your original goal, or it can be an expression of the wisdom and insight you received while going through the process. So if no new mindset or belief popped up, you can just ask yourself, what does the positive voice say now about how you feel or how you can reach your goal? because that negative voice should be replaced with a positive voice. It can happen like that. So, for instance, with your affirmation, if you need a little help with this, you can take a little time and work through it. But let's say if your goal was, I easily eat healthy food every day. Well, your new belief, attitude, or mindset could shift to, I am worthy of a healthy lifestyle. So that's just a little example of how it can tweak throughout the process. And as you discover what's really going on inside of you, you can adjust your goal to an affirmation more appropriate to to the place you're at now and what you really need most. So now it's time to say that affirmation along with smelling an uplifting oil while standing in a power pose. So this is a trio. And we use the power pose to help anchor this new mindset in. Studies have shown it's very, very positive towards growth, very important to it to actually physically do this new thing. So you're going to grab your Believe or Transformation oil, or if you don't have that, pick something else like Valor or the Harmony, like I mentioned before, whatever really you feel drawn to for this. And then you're just going to pick a power pose that you actually feel powerful in, that resonates that affirmation for you. So you can do like, hands up in the air, like victory. You can do whatever you feel. Hands over the heart, I love that one. Or just my palms open like I'm receiving. There's whatever you feel. Some people just do yoga poses, whatever it is for you. Now, you're going to stand up or get in your power pose, state your affirmation out loud while you're smelling your oil of choice. So again, you would just drop one drop on your palm, rub it together, inhale. So you would state your affirmation out loud. Inhale your oil, stand or be in your power pose. Affirmation, speak it out loud. Oil, power pose. Okay, so repeat that cycle loudly for a minute or two until you really embody the energy of the affirmation with confidence and conviction. That's key. So when you really feel it like take root inside of you, it almost becomes you, you feel that, that's when you're ready to move forward. And I would encourage you to do it a few more times after that. Definitely at least a minute or two. And the sweet spot, you'll find it. You'll know it when you're there. So for your homework, it's really important that you continue doing this process of the affirmation oil power pose to really keep this solidified inside of you. So it becomes this clear pathway and you don't regress, okay? So you're gonna do the affirmation for 2 minutes, 2 times a day for at least 3 days. And I actually tell my clients to do it a little bit more. That's the base level, but I think a sweet spot is 3 to 5 minutes, 3 times a day for at least 5 to 7 days. I've seen that. I know for me as well, that's really important to just really nail it in there. So you choose whatever you know is going to be best for you. And it's actually even better and more amplified if you do this in a mirror with eye contact on yourself. Totally amazing and powerful. I really encourage you to try that. So what that does is trigger a very positive mental state. And especially as you're getting ready in the morning before you go about your day and at night when you're coming in and unwinding, look yourself in the eye. This is a form of love and self-care for yourself. It's beautiful. It's very balancing. And it just is so much good stuff inside for your soul even. So play around with that and notice the difference as well. So now listen to your inner guidance to tell you what your next step is. and just jot some ideas down of things that you can do towards actually reaching your goal. And then you're going to take at least one action step each day. So preferably pick about 3 to 5 things, no more than that, and just very simplified things of what you know you need to do next. And then just start doing them. And before you do them, go through the affirmations. So that way it's what you're doing, the work you've done is coupled with positive action towards that affirmation or goal. Okay? So now if you do need to be followed up with, just reach out and let me know at thevinewellnessllc@gmail.com. Let me know what's going on with you after you've done this, and we can be in communication and help you get to your next step, okay? If you have any questions at all, I'm happy to answer them or do what I can to help you out here. So I am gonna include a few different things on something you can print out just to help you in this process as well. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this and use this as much as you need to. And also understand, important disclaimer, that as you're going through this, a lot of emotional release can happen. So your body is actually detoxing at an emotional level in a physical way. So I hope that'll make sense to you. But the actual physical response of what we can feel during a physical detox, headaches, upset stomach, lethargy, mood swings, that can actually occur in an emotional detox as well. So make sure to take extra good care of yourself if you find yourself drained of energy, being more moody and more prone to snapping, crying, etc. Understand it's perfectly okay. Just give yourself a little, I call it space and grace, a little padding, and be extra gentle and kind to yourself. Drink plenty of water, half of your body weight in ounces every day of clean, pure water, no Kool-Aid or tea or anything like that. That doesn't count. And try to get as much rest as you can. Do diaphragmatic breathing 3 to 5 times periodically throughout the day, or sorry, 3 to 5 minutes periodically throughout the day. Inhaling fully and then exhaling fully, okay? And that's gonna help you through that emotional detox process. So then whenever you're ready, you can move forward and do another session. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Bye.